monster dolls are taking over TikTok.
We're just 15 minutes after the mall opened, the Labubu's sold out.
A human-sized Labubu figure has just sold for $150,000 US.
Stop. But what if I told you that you could create your own version of Labubu right now and make a ton of money doing it? Over the past few months, I've studied Labubu's rise and success inside and out. I've read every article I could find and analyzed every detail of their strategy. And I've discovered something no one's talking about, something most people haven't even noticed. So I've put together a full plan to help you build your own $1 million Labubu. By the way, I'm Darla. For the past 10 years, I've been building brands and developing brand strategies for businesses. Now, shall we try to create your own Labubu? Every interesting product, every viral toy, every hyped-up character, they all have one thing in common, a deeper meaning behind them. That meaning can be simple and easy to grasp, or deep, mysterious, and symbolic. To show you what I mean, let's take a quick look back at history, because Labubu isn't the first cultural phenomenon to explode in popularity. Back in the late 90s, there was a toy called Furby, a cute little creature that made sounds, moved around, and seemed kind of alive. But that wasn't the most important part. Furby became a symbol of a new era, the era of computers and technology. It appeared right at the turn of the century and marked a transition into a digital future. People didn't just buy Furbies for fun. They were buying into the idea of staying current, embracing change, and stepping into a new tech-driven world. That was the core meaning behind the toy. Another trendy product, Bear Bricks, became a cultural icon for a similar reason. They're part art piece, part status symbol. These bear-shaped figures are basically blank canvases. Their real value came from the paint, the designs, and especially the collaborations with famous brands and artists. You could get a Chanel bear brick to show you're into fashion and luxury. A Murakami bear brick? That says you appreciate Japanese art and creativity. Or a Star Wars bear brick. That tells the world you're part of a legendary fandom. These collectible bears became a way for people to express who they are, what they care about, and how they see themselves. But let's get back to Labubu. What is it exactly? Visually, it's a group of strange, woolly creatures. What stands out right away is this. They look cute and harmless, but also a little creepy and wild, and that's no accident. This toy carries a deeper meaning that really resonates with Gen Z and Gen Alpha. Labubu looks weird and confusing. It has sharp teeth and is kind of ugly, but somehow, it's still charming. Through Labubu, Gen Z is making a statement. We're not perfect either, and that's okay. Labubu represents contradiction. When Gen Z buys Labubu, they're saying, we're cute and anxious, depressed and funny, playful and deep. This toy has become a symbol of their inner complexity and the way they see themselves. Labubu captures the spirit of the moment. It reflects how young people feel right now. And that means, if you want to create your own cult product, it needs to carry meaning too. Something unusual, but deeply relevant. It doesn't have to be obvious, but it has to be there, and people need to feel it. It could be a line of weird wooden handbags that stand for supporting handmade goods and rebelling against boring, mass-produced fashion, or a pair of old, beat-up glasses, protesting the polished, fake perfection of Instagram. But even if you come up with a cool, timely message, you won't get far without the next step. So what's the real secret behind this phenomenon? After all, there are a million toys out there kinda like Labubu. Some of them even have deeper meanings and cool ideas behind them. So why aren't they nearly as successful? Here's the thing, whether it was on purpose or just a lucky accident, creator Ka-Sing Lung used a marketing trick called breaking the pattern. What does that mean? Well, think about it. There are millions of toys, figures, and keychains out there, but most of them look the same. Cute animals, familiar cartoon characters, or popular movie merch. Labubu breaks that mold. It stands out from all the repetitive sameness and grabs your attention instantly. It's this weird little creature with an odd shape, crooked teeth, and a mischievous grin. Strange? Definitely. But that's exactly why it works. And that's the trick. Create something bold, super unusual, and visually bizarre. That's the same strategy used by some of the world's most iconic brands. Think about it. Giant red rubber cartoon boots, tiny handbags barely big enough to hold a key, pet rocks with googly eyes. All of them break the mold. And guess what? They all went viral. So what should you do? Let your imagination go wild. Brainstorm. Write down every idea, especially the weird, ridiculous ones. But here's something crucial. Your product should be an external accessory, something people actually wear or carry around. It needs to be visible. That's what helps it spread fast and build instant brand recognition. Take Labubu, for example. It blew up as a bag charm, a small decorative item you attach to your bag. Totally external, totally visible to every passerby, and it instantly grabs attention. Here's what's even more interesting. These kinds of bag charms only started trending in the last few years. They're part of a fast-growing wave of new accessories that suddenly went mainstream. You could say Labubu showed up at the right place, at the right time, in exactly the right form. That's a key detail. Now, once your product is weird enough and eye-catching enough, you're ready to move on to the most important step. Labubu's wow marketing is actually built on just a few simple rules. Tell a story. People love stories. Movies, cartoons, characters with personality. We get attached to them, root for them, and want to be part of their world. Labubu has its own little universe, with unique characters, props, and storylines. That creates a real emotional connection. Make it scarce. The harder something is to get, the more people want it. Labubu is super limited, and in some countries, it's even banned. Create uneven demand. Make people chase a specific character or a rare color. Mix that with low supply, and you've got instant hype. Add some mystery. Labubu toys come in mystery boxes. You don't know which one you'll get until you open it. And people love that thrill of the unknown. It's like buying a tiny lottery ticket with cuteness. That's it. Let's break it down one more time. Give your product meaning. Make it look bold and weird. Add a few timeless marketing tricks. And boom, you've got your own Labubu. Although, feels like we might have forgotten something. I actually found something that no one really talks about. Most people probably haven't even noticed it. But once you see this subtle detail, it all makes sense. Labubu's success isn't just luck, it's actually very logical, and the same strategy can totally be applied to your own product. So how did it all begin? To most people, it looks like Labubu just exploded out of nowhere. And sure, in some ways, that's true. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find a few hidden clues. Labubu followed the classic diffusion of innovation curve. Let me break it down. In marketing, there's a concept called visionaries. These are the hardcore fans who are deeply into a certain niche. They're the first to try new products because they live and breathe that world. They're obsessed and always chasing what's new and exciting. Think of sneakerheads who line up for every new drop, or gamers who pre-order titles the moment they're announced. Before a product hits the mainstream, it usually goes through these people first. And honestly, the product's future often depends on how they react. That's exactly what happened with Labubu. Fans of indie art, weird mythology, and offbeat aesthetics. They were the visionaries this time. And yeah, they totally lost it over these strange little creatures. They felt the originality. They saw the meaning behind the design. And they started collecting Labubu way before the global hype ever began. That early love sent a clear signal to the creators. It was time to go bigger. Marketers and producers saw the insane buzz inside the niche community and quickly shifted their focus to the mainstream. To grab mass attention, they brought in celebrities and trendsetters. At the top of that list was Lisa, the lead singer of Blackpink. She posted an Instagram story hugging a plush Labubu. Later, fans spotted Labubu charms hanging from her handbags in public. And guess what? That was all it took. Asia went wild. People lined up outside Pop Mart stores just to get one. Labubu had officially gone mainstream. Regular folks, not just collectors, were suddenly rushing to buy it. Thailand was the first country to completely sell out. And here's the crazy part. All of this was predictable. Lisa isn't just a singer, and Blackpink isn't just a music group. Lisa is an idol, and that's a much bigger deal. People don't just follow idols, they copy them. Fans want to look like them, act like them, be them. Anything an idol promotes feels personal, like advice from a friend or a direct call to action. They're not just celebrities, they're living icons and true trendsetters. To give some perspective, for a male audience, idols might be people like Cristiano Ronaldo or LeBron James. They're not just athletes, they're role models who influence millions. There are very few people in the world like Lisa, and when they promote something, they do it seriously. Getting their support is incredibly hard, and usually very expensive. Thailand was the first country where Labubu exploded. Why? Because Lisa is Thai. She's a national hero and a role model in her home country. In addition, the creators of Labubu put a big focus on user-generated content. They encouraged buyers to film unboxings, and soon social media was flooded with Labubu videos. That sparked the FOMO effect. People started feeling like they were missing something trendy and exciting, because literally everyone seemed to be buying the product. and proudly showing it off online. And just like that, Labubu's popularity exploded into the mainstream. Eventually, it even made its way to the West, where celebrities like Dua Lipa, Rihanna, and Kim Kardashian were seen with Labubu. This is how Labubu evolved, from a niche product full of deep meaning to a mainstream fashion accessory embraced by the masses. So what can we learn from this for our own version of Labubu? There's a simple takeaway. We need to pay close attention to the reactions of our first customers and early adopters. If the response is overwhelming, that's our signal to move forward. The next step is to find a strong brand ambassador, someone who can spread the word and amplify the buzz around our product. At this stage, we should also add social proof. Show potential customers that everyone around them is buying our product, just like the Labubu team did. And of course, we can't forget the core elements: meaning, uniqueness, and solid marketing tools. By following these steps, you'll see your idea come to life and watch it grow into something exciting that grabs people's attention and creates real hype. Leave a comment below and tell me what kind of product you want to launch and why you believe it has the potential to blow up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There's tons of super valuable content coming your way on marketing and branding. See you soon.